Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Skitty Skylines? City Skylines here in Miatropolis. We do a lot this episode, so I'm really excited to get into it. I'm doing this format of video again because I really enjoy it. I think it's a really fun style to do it in, so I hope you guys like it too. So yeah, also just quickly, I am using a different microphone for this recording, so let me know if you guys can hear the difference or anything like that. I really like this new microphone. I'm excited to talk to you guys more about it, but that is not for this video, that is for another time. Anyway, so getting into this episode, first thing I did was clean up some of the parking in the farming area there, just because I didn't like how it looked with all the cars parking along those dirt roads in the farming industry area. And I wanted to get some more people moving into this area to work, so I started taking out some buildings in the pollution industrial area and added in some industry zones here with the farming focus on them, so they'll fit in nicely to the rest of the farm area here. Yeah, I think my focus is to try to get these industry areas to level 5, because at that point you do get much better stuff. And oh god, the trees caught themselves on fire. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how one particular set of trees just says, yep, time to burn it up. That's how trees talk, right? So yeah, just doing some beautification of this area in the farming area. I'm just saying area over and over again. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. I didn't sleep very well last night, but you know what? Content waits for no man or woman. No one. Let's just leave it at that. So I painted the whole thing with the field paint and just adding in some little decorations here. So I added in a fence at the back of that industry building and some little hay bales in the middle of the field there. Because I don't know if you guys ever see this, but so often if I'm driving past farms or whatever and it's all cleared out, there's always hay bales, which I imagine is they've like harvested the hay from around the area and they're just like, well, these things weigh a ton, so let's just leave them here for now. I'm pretty sure I could be a professional farmer, right? Yeah, so because we moved up to level 4 at this point, we did unlock some new buildings. So I added in some bigger tree plots there, and I'm adding in the farm maintenance building here in a second, along with some storage on this little road here, which I think, again, it's so fun to just add to the theme of an area. So yeah, I thought that looked really nice. It's just nice. It's nice. What else can I say about it? It just all looks nice. So I add in some pig farms here as well, because the piggies are so cute. It's like if you zoom in on them, you just click on them, it just says pig. It's just a little piggy. Pigs are just so cute. So to try to change it up from the other area, I thought I'd add in some trees and like a little pond to the back of the trees and the pig areas there. Very careful about the placement of the water source this time to make sure I didn't flood my city again. So yeah, I just added in some trees and I added in a couple of rocks, and I don't know if it sticks out too much. Like if it looks too different to the rest of the area. I like how it looks, because it reminds me of my grandparents had a farm, and up the back of their farm they just had this beautiful like row of trees with like a little stream flowing through it as well. So to me, I'm just like, yes, that's what a farm should look like. So to try to help that sort of foresty area behind the pigs there fit in, I just added in some more trees around the rest of the farming area, which I think added a lot to how it looked. Like instead of it just sort of being blank and open, it just, I don't know, I like it. Maybe I should start spacing out some buildings in that area as well, instead of just having it all together. I'm doing a lot of clumping in this city so far, and I don't like it. But it's so hard to detach myself from that mindset, because that's how the rest of the city looks, right? And I want it to all look uniform, so what's a girl to do? So the university here has leveled up as well, so just adding in some of the new buildings like the cafeteria and the gymnasium we unlocked this little like modern art statue, and I was like, oh, that's exactly what I was talking about last time. So I tried to fit it into where I had manually put the statue there. I don't really know if I like how it looks here, but I don't remember if I remove it or if I just leave it and say, oh well, that's that. But yeah, I did leave it. I just wish that we had the same brick sort of pattern that's underneath it. But as far as I know, I couldn't find it anywhere. So now just adding in the police academy, which is such a big building. I could probably fit it into, I could definitely fit it into the rest of the trade school area, but for now I just popped it over to the side because buildings don't have to be on campus, they can be off campus, it can be different, nice, different, unusual. So we had this really nice big grassy area in front of the gymnasium, looking onto the water, and I was like, hey, this could be a really nice opportunity to just add in sort of like a point of interest, I suppose. So just trying to make this area look a little bit nicer, add in some rocks, some paths, some trees, probably in a bit. Actually, I don't think I added any trees to this area. I know what it looks like. Spoilers. But I don't think I added any trees. So while looking for a fence to put around these rocks, I found these really nice hedge walls. Also, yes, we went up to Big City, which is so important because we unlocked the crematorium, which is so important for death care because cemeteries can fill up so fast. But anyway, back to decorating and not talking about death. Yeah, I found these hedge walls, and I'd never seen them before. So they're individually placed items, and I was like, oh, that looks so nice, like almost like a little topiary garden type thing. And I'm sick of decorating with rocks. I want something different. So I feel like I need to go back through and find probably some custom content of just decorative items. So I'm gonna write a little note in my phone right now so I don't forget. Pulling out my phone. Let's see. Okay, decorative custom items. Done. Why didn't I think of that before? So I thought about making these, like the interiors of their sort of like those Zen rock gardens, but I didn't like how the gravel looked, so I just left it as grass and added some rocks, just rocks. I was watching some Sims videos with Kayla last night, and I was telling her, I'm like, I'm so frustrated because every time I want to decorate something to look nice in City Skylines, it's like all we have is trees and rocks. Trees, rocks, paths, and parks, I guess. But just to fill out these little areas, like I want more, I want more to decorate with. So hopefully I can find some cool stuff. End of the academic year again, so adding in some more money for another academic work because it's only $50,000 as like a once-off payment, and we are doing so well for money right now, over $1 million, almost at $1.5 million. So our city is just flourishing in terms of money. So after I noticed like all of these trees up here, I was like, hey, this would be a really good area to add in a forestry industry. So that's what I'm doing now. I already plotted out the area as you just saw, adding in the main forestry building there, and yeah, just expanding upon it because I definitely didn't want it to be the same format as the farming area where again it's all clumped up, it's all very like gritty. So I added in sort of this winding road. Winding is a good word for it. And I just sort of added the tree plots sort of at different areas along there, and it's sort of like it's almost invisible as to where they are. Of course the trees are more dense in those specific areas, so they're not exactly invisible, but they blend in a lot nicer that way, I feel. So it's just sort of like the lumberjacks would just sort of drive off into the woods and get their wood and come back, I feel like it looks more natural that way. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that little area. Just checking in on the cargo station there. It's getting so much traffic, so I'm really, really happy with that because that means we're both importing and exporting, and that's going to make the citizens of Miatropolis very, very happy. Focusing on my healthcare a little bit at the moment as well, because I noticed I'm really bad at remembering to add in services to areas. So I added in a pool, and look at this guy go. Look at him go. He goes so fast. I think that's all that animation does. That person is just stuck there forever for the rest of their lives, just swimming. So I noticed that more people wanted to move into the city, because of course, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be a Miatropolian? What would you call a citizen of Miatropolis? Miatropolis? I don't know. The slaves to Mia, because that is my life. So I'm adding in some high density residential here, and I really wanted to change up the buildings and the sizes of them and the looks of them. So I was looking for the self-sustaining policy in here before I remembered that they're in the district area, not in the city policies. So just to add some intrigue to all of the residential here, so it's not all just like the same heights, the same levels, the same things. Starting to have some traffic build up on the oval about coming into the city, which I'm not surprised by. Like I felt like this was going to be a problem when I was putting it down, but it's still flowing. Like it is very like stopping and starting, because they're not giving way properly. And I'm not sure why, because it's all set up correctly, but that's a problem for Bella to deal with in the future. I feel like we'll have to do some creative traffic management to fix that down the line. So yeah, what did I end up doing here? Oh, so yeah, I started to extend off of that suburb there, just to try to get a transit hub in here. So this is the metro and railway transit hub, which I thought would be really good, because then we can start getting people into the city through the railway, which is good because we have the external connection literally right there. And the road type lines up really well as well with the type that's already running through there. So yeah, I just quickly connect this up to the metro line, because it's almost directly underneath the station there. So that was really, really useful. Except I still just wrestle with this mod again. I thought I set it up correctly, but it just keeps defaulting back to things that I don't like. And again, it's going to be so useful for specific areas and specific parts, but for right now it is just being a pain in the neck. I don't want to remove it though, because again, it is going to be so useful for when I actually want it. So just connecting it up to the metro, and then connecting it to the external railway line as well, so we can start getting people coming in, making sure I add water to it. I'm so good at forgetting that. Oh, I really like how these hubs look as well. I haven't really gotten to use many of them before in the past. I believe I should, yeah, I add in the line. It just quickly goes to the nearest metro station and back. And I was hoping I'd get some people coming in straight away, but unfortunately that is not the case. I just want to see things happen now, you know? Why do I have to wait for them? So we had a little bit of a gap here, so I was like, all right, let's add something. Let's add something in here. Let's add something a bit different. And a great way to get people to come into your city is to add these unique buildings, so they can bring in a lot of tourism and things like that. So I thought, what better building to have right next to our you know, train station coming from outside than the transport tower. So our university leveled up there, but unfortunately that doesn't work out great for us later on, as you'll see. Spoiler alert. Watch until the end to find out. Oh my god, no. And after setting up the transport tower, I was like, you know what? Time to do some more decorating. I was so all over the place. I feel like I've been really scattered these last 2 weeks. I've been doing a lot of different things, and I feel like I'm finding it hard to like focus on specific things. So you'll see me jump around a lot with what I'm doing. I wanted to put some trees in the back there, but they wouldn't fit without moving either the transit hub or the fence I put there, and I was like, actually, you know what, I think it'd be nice to look at while you're waiting for the metro, to look out and see the transport tower there and in all its glory. And I just added a little section of office buildings there. I thought I'd add a car park in that area sort of leading up there, but I didn't really like how it looked. I think I would actually really prefer like car parking buildings, which I know you can get on the workshop, which I'm going to take a note of that right now. Car park buildings, because they look really nice and I like them. I don't know why I don't have them anymore. Oh, I did a fresh install of all my mods before I recorded this series, that's right. Okay, so just taking care of my city for a second, making sure we have enough sewage. Sewage care? What would you call that? We're taking care of our sewage, okay? Adding in some education as well, because a lot of people are a lot of people are complaining about not having enough educated workers, so just making sure our citizens are all educated, adding in elementary schools and high schools. And I believe this is where I sort of shoot myself in the foot, because I also add in a university in a bit, which I really like it for the area that I put it in, but it definitely takes students away from the trade school, but we'll get to that in a bit. Back to the transport tower, just making sure it's all lined up perfectly and correctly. And I was like, hey, you know, we can make this look nice. We can make this look like a feature point or something. I don't what would you call that? A point of interest. So I was trying to find some other buildings to sort of make this look really nice, like this lead up to the transport tower. Actually, that could be a really good place for like a bus hub or something like that as well. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Anyway, I found these tall rocks as well, which I thought looked really cool. They almost look like sculptures. Like, they definitely don't look natural. They look man-made, especially for where they are. So I was like, oh, that looks cool. That looks intentional, you know, and it all leads your vision up to the transport tower. I've already got tourists going in and seeing it, which is excellent. I really do need to work on the tourism in the city overall. So I'm just adding in a bus line here as well, so people can get here from the train and metro hub, as well as a metro station further in the city. I tried to go down into the tunnel. You can't do that, FYI. So yeah, just so people have more options of getting around and actually seeing these cool areas that I'm starting to work on. Adding in the fencing here, I don't do any more decoration to the train side of this hub because I don't know what I'm going to do with the area behind it just yet. So I just sort of left it with the fence there. So just checking in on the industry areas, making sure they're all working okay, they're not hemorrhaging money for whatever reason. And then to expand a little bit again, I was like, all right, let's just build out this way. Let's just build out this way and see what happens. And I'm still trying to get away from the mindset of just building in grids and That's not a word. Well, it is a word, but it's not the word I want to use. Just like clumping everything together. So I did this sort of like diagonal type grid thing, and it kind of looks like the top of an American football. But I really, really like how this area ends up looking, as you will see in a bit. I'm just sort of like toying around with the idea of what I could put in there, and I was like, all right, let's draw in the district. And I think by this point in time, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my favorite building type, which is the IT cluster, which looks so cool. But again, keeping up with my education, I added in I think it's like the University of Modern Technology there. And then I was like, heck yeah. IT cluster, university, it's gonna look so good around here. I think I need to come back and add in some public transport options for that area though. I'm just, again, scatterbrained all over the place, just not doing things correctly, but still doing the things, you know. Doesn't matter if you do the things right or not, just do the things. Do the things to the best of your ability. So just adding in the water to make sure, you know, people can go to the bathroom at the university. And then branching off of this new area and adding in a high density residential area as well, so people can live near those new offices or students can live near that modern technology school. And yeah, as well as it's really important as well for like the grand scheme of the city that it doesn't just go from, you know, these low buildings, the low density residential areas immediately into these high-rise buildings. So it just sort of, you'll see later on, I'll add more shape as well to how the buildings sort of go up and down, if that makes sense. And no one was moving in there, so I did just quickly add in a park to raise the land value of the area, and immediately buildings start popping up. So, you know, if you ever want people to move into an area, just add in monuments. Just build the eighth wonder of the world, you know? I didn't even read what that said. Something leveled up. It might have been our farm. I think no, it was the forestry. But I was like, no time for forests right now. I need to work on my concrete jungle, okay? Just kidding. Let's look over here at the transport tower. I guess while I was looking at the park screen, I did notice that a lot of the areas were lacking. So I added in I think this is called the Park of Life and Death or something like that. And I was like, oh, that looks so cool. It's like this angel figure. If you look at the front side of that statue though, actually it's like a skeleton and it's kind of spooky. But I thought that looked really nice, like the path, the row of trees, the rocks, and the transport tower. So definitely going through those unique building tabs is really, really important to getting more people to come into your city, especially. Like, raising the land value is a surefire way to get people to come in. So adding those parks to the IT cluster, adding it to the transport tower, it's going to get a lot of people in to see those areas. And oh my goodness, I just love those buildings. There's so many people coming in already. My goodness. Academic year is through, and I think this is where it went down. Yeah, it went up to 3 stars before, and it just went back down to 2 stars, which is all that modern technology university's fault. But yeah, that it is what it is. I'll have to figure out a way to like rebalance it. So now I'm just adding in those new forestry buildings here so we can continue to expand there. And oh, did I not end up adding in that building? Because that needed to be in the forestry industry in particular. I add in the furniture factory because that can be wherever, and it outputs pollution and makes money. But I don't think I put back in that building that I was just trying to place. Oopsie doopsie. Suppose I'll have to look into that next time I load up. Added in the workers' barracks there. And yeah. Also, I just want to say, how did my chess building get destroyed and nothing else? And look at how many people are using the park. It's making, I check it now and it says it's making like $15,000 of the $22,000 that my city is bringing in each week. It is such an important financial tool. Anyway, I did just quickly want to say I really appreciate the comments that you guys are leaving. It's really, really nice to see you guys enjoying the series, whether you're watching it intently or even like some people have been saying that they've been falling asleep to the videos, which I absolutely love because I do that all the time. But I really appreciate it. Oh, our city leveled up again to a grand city, so unlocking more. My goodness, my city it's just, my baby's growing up. Yeah, I think I would really like to get another map to do my next city on, because I would just love to play around more with the actual like landscape rather than just being on this big flat empty surface. You know, it's great for just building a city, but it doesn't really do much for your creativity, I suppose. And that's probably why I've ended up with this big gridlock, you know. So just back to the IT cluster, I'm adding in some more unique buildings here. So these are part of the content creator packs, and they really fit in well with the IT cluster buildings because they're all like really tall, officey looking buildings, and they just look so cool. So yeah, you can see like it all sort of leads up to a point of that tallest building in the middle there, and then I'm just adding one off to the side there. So again, that size just sort of tapers down towards the residential rather than just being like blocks, you know. So a little bit of thoughtful design there, and then just looking at more places to put interesting buildings. But I think this is about where I just end up leaving it because I was like, oh my goodness, I've been playing for like almost 2 hours at this point. And yeah, so that's all I got done this episode. I hope you guys liked it. I'm very curious to see where I'm going to take the city next. Your guess is as good as mine. Actually, now that I say that, that mountain in the back there, the back left there, wouldn't that be awesome to expand up into? Hey, get out of the menu. Get out of the menu, Bella. Hey. Yeah, that's better. See, how awesome would it be to like get some windmills up on that mountain ridge or something? Oh my goodness. Or like an observatory at the top of the mountain. That'd be cool. But yeah, this is just a nice little time lapse because we haven't seen the city at night yet, which I always love to look at in this game. So, oh, how beautiful is that? All the lights coming on, and like the blue lights for the IT cluster, I think is so beautiful. I just love that shade of blue. Oh my goodness. Kayla and I, we always say that we're just like bad mods because we just love looking at like pretty lights. There's the transit hub and the city overall at night. Oh, it looks so nice. But that's all I have for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, morning, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you're in the world. Have a wonderful time. I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves and each other. And toodaloo, I suppose.